So today is June 26, 2014. So for the yogi who are practicing meditation intensively here, today Sayadaw would like to expound the sutra documented in the Samyutta Nikaya Mahāvāga Satipatthana Samyutta. The title is Bhikkhu Nupasaya Sutta. The meaning is the abode of a nun or bhikkhuni. So Sayadaw give the title for comfort and happiness for yogi. So during the Buddha time, there are bhikkhunis, monks and nuns who practice meditation and have a lot of difficulties. And then for them, this sutra is expounded. So this sutra was expounded when the Buddha was staying in the Savatthi city, Jetavana monastery. So Venerable Ananda was at that time attendant, and then there were many bhikkhuni and nuns living around the Savatthi city. One morning, Venerable Ananda, he was about to enter the city for alms round, and he wear his robe and carry ambo. He was ready to get into the city for alms round, but the time was still too early. So he decided to visit a nearby nunnery where there were bhikkhuni. When Venerable Ananda approached to the nunnery, many bhikkhunis came over and paid respect to the Buddha, to the Venerable Ananda. Then they asked a question, and they said to Venerable Ananda, Venerable Ananda, we were developing the mindfulness meditation, contemplation of the body, contemplation of the feeling, contemplation of the mind, and contemplation of the Dhamma. So in this way, we develop the insight into the psychophysical phenomena by observing whatever phenomena obvious, mental or physical or emotional. And we have experienced our mind sometimes fully focused on the object, and the mind is no longer wander anywhere, is fully focused, and the mindfulness is fully developed. Then the Venerable Ananda replied, "Oh, of course, you are sisters." So in Pali, he said, "Eva medam bhaginiyo." Here, bhagini means sisters, older sister or younger sister, called bhagini. So the Venerable Ananda said to bhikkhunis, called bhikkhuni as sisters, "Oh, of course, sisters, you are making progress in the practice. If you are able to note phenomena one after another continuously, there's a preceding mindfulness and concentration, succeeding mindfulness and concentration. There is no gap in between. Then, of course, you will definitely make the remarkable progress in the practice. You will definitely experience remarkable Dhamma." After encouragement, the Venerable Ananda continued some Dhamma talk beneficial to bhikkhunis and nuns, and all the bhikkhuni were very gladdened, and then Venerable Ananda left nunnery for alms round in the city. After alms round, he went back to the monastery. When Venerable Ananda came back to the monastery, he went to the Buddha and bowed down to the Buddha, and then he reported what he had taught to the bhikkhuni. And he recounted many bhikkhuni approached me, and they expressed their experience, Dhamma experience. When they observed the phenomena continuously, they said they experience the different phenomena every moment with the preceding and succeeding mindfulness. Then, Venerable Sir, I encourage them. Of course, sister, you will experience remarkable Dhamma if you can develop mindfulness continuously and preceding mindfulness, succeeding mindfulness. And then there will be no gap in between. Definitely you will experience the remarkable Dhamma. And then, Venerable Sir, I continue some Dhamma talk to them. That's how Venerable Ananda reported his what he had taught to the Buddha. Then Venerable Ananda reported his conversation with the bhikkhuni to the Buddha. Then the Buddha happily accepted his report. And then the Buddha said, Eva meet Ananda, of course Ananda, that's the way it is. So what the bhikkhuni taught to you are all correct. So when they are able to note the phenomena one after another continuously, if they are able to develop the continuous mindfulness without leaving a gap in between the preceding mindfulness and concentration and succeeding mindfulness and concentration, definitely they will discern different phenomena at every moment. And then they will make remarkable progress in the practice. Whatever object they will observe, physical phenomena or sensational phenomena or feeling or mind or the Dhamma, the moment they develop mindfulness, there will be no desire, no discontent. The mind will be calm and peaceful without desire and discontent. That's the benefit they can, immediate benefit they can gain from development of mindfulness. So the Buddha explained the benefits the bhikkhuni can gain from the development of mindfulness, and then continued the possible difficulty and problem in the process of the meditation. When we focus on our body and contemplate the physical phenomena by sitting for long, and then there is some kinds of problem in the body take place. Maybe very heat in the body, and a very strong heat may come out, and the mind may become weak, and the physical body fatigue and exhausted, and sometimes numbness. And so the several kinds of physical discomfort will take place. That is called the kaya parilaha. And then the mind subsequently sluggish, inactive, and restless, and wanders away. And the mind wanders away is go out of the meditative objects, and then a lot of mental defilements coming in, frustration, aversion, and so on. Then Ananda, the Buddha said, the meditation practice is a fluctuates from pleasant to unpleasant. So when the physical body becomes comfortable and the mind becomes naturally restless, and frustrated, and the mind cannot be focused on the object. And then there is one thing you can do, the Buddha said. Here Ananda, Tinananda Bhikkhuna, Pasadaniye, Nimede, Panidhitabang, and so on. When the physical body is uncomfortable and the mind is wandering around and restless, and you may want to go back home, and then you should not give up easily. And there are many other ways pleasant to observe. There are many other objects pleasant to observe. And then to inspire your mind, you should recollect Dhamma you have ever learned before. You may learn the Dhamma, you may listen Dhamma before, and then you recollect that Dhamma and inspire your mind. And then your mind will be encouraged and inspired, and there will arise the pamauja, the gladness and rapture, and then the frustration and restlessness of mind will reduce. And then from the pamauja and gladness, you may become happy. Through the happiness, you may become tranquil and peaceful. So in this way, the mind becomes stable, and you will be able to focus again on the object. So when the mind is restless and agitated, and then it's a good advice to contemplate or to ponder the Dhamma we have ever learned before. This way is called Panidaya Bhavana in Pali. So by changing the meditative object, we can make our mind active and alert. When the mind is tranquil and stable, we can go back to the primary object, normal object. So as a meditator, when the mind is tranquil, they will realize, oh, this is what I want, the tranquility of mind. So from time to time, when mind is restless, then we should apply the temporary meditation, temporary object. It is like a interim government. During the election, the sometimes interim government take over the power. So in the same way, during the intensive practice, sometimes the mind is restless and unstable, agitated. Then we should take the temporary. We should change the temporary objects. In this way, we can keep our mind tranquil and peaceful. When the mind is tranquil and stable, so the Buddha advised Ananda, when your mind is stable and tranquil, no mental hindrances, and you should go back to the primary object. And it may be a physical body or feeling or mind or Dhamma or any psychophysical phenomena, mind and the body, whatever object you are observing, and you should go back to that primary object, primary practice. So in this way, by practicing temporary meditation in between, we can overcome the difficulties, and we can continue the primary practice. So the Pali text is always very brief, sometimes too brief for ordinary people to understand. So we have to rely on the commentary and sub-commentary. So in the Pali text, the Buddha mentioned preceding mindfulness and concentration and succeeding mindfulness and concentration. In this regard, the commentary explained. So here in Mahasi Sayadaw mentioned the basic guideline for Vipassana insight. Whatever object must be observed. Whatever object is obvious must be observed. There is insight. So Vipassana insight takes place when we observe any phenomena obvious, any phenomena in present. So when we observe the physical body, we are mostly experience four fundamental elements, mainly, among others, earth element, water element, wind element, and fire element. So when we observe body, these four fundamental elements are more prominent than the others. So when we breathe in, there is an air element that we can feel the tension and the tightness, expansion of the abdomen. So the tension, tightness, these are characteristics of the air element. So whenever we focus on the body, we mainly experience the four fundamental elements. That they are called Mahabhuta, the primary element. And then there are also the dependent element, physical phenomena. So they are of the 24 kind, called the Upada Rupa. So when we observe the body and we experience four fundamental elements and secondary elements spontaneously. And also sometimes sensation or feeling become prominent, more prominent than the others. Then we should know the feeling and sensation. The feeling and sensations are actually mental phenomena. Even though they are obvious in the body, they actually experience by the mind. So the feeling or sensation are actually taken as a mind, mental phenomena. And of course, there are many mental phenomena like thinking, planning, and so on. So whatever phenomena are obvious, mental or physical or emotional, we should note them as they really are. And then there is nothing prominent, then we should go back to the primary object, rising, falling, rising, falling. Sometimes we may experience a mind, mental phenomena first, and then subsequent physical phenomena. And then sometimes we experience physical phenomena first, and then later subsequent resultant mental phenomena. So in this way, the preceding phenomena, succeeding phenomena arise and pass away. We can experience one after another. And one arise and disappear, another arise and disappear. So there is the conditions and cause and effect will become obvious too. So in this way we discern real phenomena, psychophysical phenomena, and their impermanence, and also their unsatisfactoriness, and then there are lack of eye or mind. So in this way, we develop the progressive Vipassana insights. Here, the Pali word Kaya Parilaha means the body heat, which is generated by the mainly mental defilements. When the mind is not stable and agitated, and then the body also becomes unstable. and body heat rise up. Mind and body are interrelated. They are connected with each other. When the mind becomes restless, and then we are disappointed about our practice, and then we thinking about going back home, and thinking about meeting our family, and then think about the business and so on. So in such cases, we need to tranquilize our mind by recollecting the Buddha's teaching. In Pali, it's called Pasadaniya Sautanda. The teachings which are inspiring teaching. So in this regard, the commentary explained what kind of Pasadaniya Sautanda or what inspiring teaching means. So here commentary describes the 6 kind of recollections. The first of all, the recollection of the Buddha's qualities. When we recollect the Buddha's quality, we will become inspired to put great effort. So in the same way, when we recollect Dhamma qualities and Sangha qualities, and we will become inspired to put more effort in the practice. And then recollection of our virtue also very effective. So we have good sila, and we are virtuous people. So we can recollect, I don't break any precept, I don't commit killing or stealing or sexual misconduct. So I am a virtuous person. If we recollect our virtue in this way, we will feel inspired. And then also another recollection is Jaganosati. We should recollect our generosity. From time to time, we donate, we help people, we support people, we contribute to the center, something like this. We do dana in the past. So we share our belonging with others. So by recollecting our generosity or generous deeds, we become inspired. And then the last one is the Devadanosati. We can recollect the qualities of the devas or deities. They are very blissful celestial beings. They were reborn as a deity, the powerful deity, because of the merit they accumulated. So such kind of merits, I am accumulating that kind of merit. So if we recollect the accumulation of the merit, and then we will feel inspired to put great effort in the practice, and the mind will become tranquil and peaceful. And then we should go back to the primary practice. That kind of the adjustment is called Panidaya Bhavana. Here the simile. Then suppose, for example, someone who came from the cane plantation, sugar cane plantation. He brought the sugar cane on his shoulder, and on his way back home, he was very tired and fatigued and thirsty. Then he should put down the sugar canes, and then he enjoying the sugar cane. And then after a moment, he will feel fresh and become active, and then carry again the sugar cane on his shoulder, and then he went on to the sugar mill. So in the same way, when we practice meditation intensively, sometimes we encounter the physical discomfort and unpleasant sensation, and the mind subsequently restless. In such cases, we are recommended to recollect the Buddha's quality and Dhamma's quality and our generous deed, dana, and our virtue, and so on. So in this way, we will become inspired again, and we will become active. And with the active and the peaceful mind, the body also become peaceful and comfortable. So in this way, we can change the object, meditative object, when we have the difficulties, physical or mental difficulties. So this is the advice the Buddha given to Venerable Ananda for the bhikkhunis, nuns. So another method is not to change the object, but just continue persistently with the persistence and perseverance, with the primary practice, without changing the object, and until we develop the progressive Vipassana insight and enlightenment. So this kind of method is called Apanidaya Bhavana. So by observing, contemplating the mind and the metta continuously and constantly, we can develop the progressive Vipassana insight. That is called the preceding insight. And then that preceding insight will be accompanied by succeeding progressive insights or Magga-phala enlightenment. That is preceding and succeeding mindfulness and concentration. So in this way, when the mind is restless and the body is uncomfortable, then we may change the object, meditative object, or we may practice the samatha, or without changing meditative object, we persistently continue with the development of mindfulness, Vipassana. So that kind of mindfulness development is called Soda Vipassana and pure Vipassana, only Vipassana, no samatha. This kind of practice is compared to someone who carry the jaggery or kind of the candy and on his back, on the journey. So whenever he is hungry, he eat jaggery or the candy and going all the way, eating all the way to the destination. So in the same way, yogi are advised to develop mindfulness continuously all the way to the enlightenment. That kind of development is called the Soda Vipassana, only Vipassana or pure Vipassana, without development of the samatha practice. So either way is beneficial to yogis. So when we have any kinds of difficulty and hardship, we can follow either way. We can change the meditative object, or if we can continue with the current objects, the Vipassana mindfulness, we just keep on develop mindfulness without developing samatha. So it's up to you. So anyhow, when you have any difficulties and problem, then Sayadaw wish may you be able to apply these methods successfully until you can make remarkable progress in the practice. That's all for today.